believe everything is now set up. At least I hope it is. Nope. I need to remember to mute my phone when I'm monitoring my own stream. Good lord. I swear I'm a professional. But anyway, let's go. Alright, let's see. Good? Seek. We are good. Welcome everybody to the Bite the Robot Show. I am your host, Bite. And you might be looking at me wondering, Bite, what the heck? This ain't no Monster Hunter. What are you doing, boy? Well, that's because my PS5 is nowhere close to me right now. So, I still wanted to stream for y'all today and do some gaming, so we're going to do some Gundam Breaker instead. At least just for this Tuesday. We'll get back to Monster Hunter eventually. When, excuse me, when my PS5 is in a more accessible place. So, without further ado, I believe we should get going. And I'm just going to say this right now. This is going to be a much more chilled out stream. Because I don't really have much to talk about, and I don't really have much I want to do and or say, so yeah. We're just going to chill, we're going to game, we're going to do some Gundam Breaker, because that's fun, and we like fun here. I've also finally gotten myself the upgrade that I said that I was, so lovely enough. I now have 3 screens that I'm looking at right now. My phone screen, the extra monitor screen, which I'm playing the game on, and now I have my management screen, which is just my laptop screen, but positioned kind of funnily off to the side. It's nice and quirky, and now I can successfully say that my now I can successfully say that if something goes wrong, I could look at my monitors and go, whoopsie, it's such a Gemini, look at it go. I don't know why I turned Scottish there for a second, but there you go. Whoopsie, I'm such a Gemini. No, not even Scottish, that was Mrs. Doubtfire, wasn't it? Wait, I just now realized the game audio might be muted for you guys. Let me fix that. I'm gonna go all the way up for the sound effects, and then we're going to go like maybe 60 for the voices. Or 70. There we go. And we don't need music. I'm providing the music. Or more accurately, YouTube is. Alright, we now continue the story on hardcore. Because that's what we were doing last time, yeah? Yeah. I believe that's correct. Okay, we did chapter 6. Let's do chapter 7. And for right now, we're going to play solo because there's no one else in the lobby but me. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Not really. Anyway, what y'all gonna do for your New Year's? For me, I'm just gonna be chilling, playing video games. My partying days are done. I don't want to go out and do things. I know a lot of my buddies want to go out and do things. I just don't. My days of partying are done. So I may very well be just spending the day with you guys. How's that sound? I think it sounds mighty fantastic. Mighty fantastic. Mr. Bombastic. Watch me as I break the Gunpla. Boom. Boom, boom. Your boy is goofier than usual today. And that is because I didn't sleep all that well. You guys ever, like, try to get some sleep, and then all of a sudden you think of something funny, and then you just dwell on it for too long, and then you just never end up sleeping? That happened to me last night. It was incredible. And let me tell you, it's because I was watching Chat Sings videos. Those videos are hilarious, man. Oh dear. Like, I have no earthly idea who came up with that, but it's so good. Oh my goodness, it is so good. They are a genius for it. Just taking a comment section and then turning it into music. Ooh, hang on, what is that? Yay! There we go. I also have to confess that my voice is a little bit ripped from doing all those voices on Tails Gets Trolled. I also decided to kind of play it safe and age restrict my own video. I didn't want Mr. YouTube to get mad at me. Let's see. Right now, though, we're just going to be broken. Yes, indeed. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the next guy. I don't think I could get away with streaming more Tails Gets Trolled. That one will probably get me seriously banned, now that I think about it. I was reading through it again some more yesterday after we got off, and yeah, it's probably not a good idea for me to continue that little line of fiction. I'll tell you what, I will find something else. And when I do, I'll make sure it's good for you. Because it's not just weird fanfic or anything like that that I can do. It's, pretty much whatever catches my fancy. So, yeah. That's gonna be it. And, also, in case anyone missed it, my announcements yesterday, I'm basically gonna be producing my own hip-hop music. I'm gonna be doing scripted content as well. I'm branching out, basically. My New Year's resolutions are to do more stuff for you guys. I hope that's alright with y'all. It's alright with me. And that's all that matters. Is I've made peace with my own needs and do's and do needs and doobie-doobie-doo. Up, Kite? By the way, bro, your song slaps. I like it. I listened to it while I was trying not to get Mr. YouTube upset with me. And yeah. Yeah, dude. You made a banger. Let's see. Oh yeah, but aside from those announcements, because I didn't want to get Mr. YouTube upset with me, so I had to age restrict my own video. Yeah, gonna be doing all my own stuff and things in 2025. Call them New Year's resolutions if you like, or I don't know. But that's what we do. I even have all my upgrades freshly imported. And let me tell you, it's been a while since I changed my own RAM, but it needed to be done. I'm now running perfectly smooth right now. Smoother than a backside with baby powder on it. That sounds disgusting. Oh well. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. But yeah, I have the scripting for my first scripted video almost done. All I need to do now is just start doing takes of it. And I make no exaggeration when I say I'm a little nervous about it, because weirdly enough, blabbing and yapping here on stream isn't hard for me. Mostly because you can't get me to shut up, but for some reason, me wanting to get like absolutely perfect takes every single time when I'm doing scripted content is preventing me from actually figuring out how I want to approach it. If that makes any sense. I have the unfortunate debuff of needing to always have a perfectionist streak whenever I do things, so I'm just like, oh god. First scripted video, I need to make it good. It must be perfect. I was like that trying to get into streaming too, and I realized just put the thing out there. Most people probably don't care. Yes. Well, what it is for me is that I really want to make stuff that I would want to watch, and if other people want to watch it too, that's awesome. But for me, it's very much a state of mind of like, if I don't like what I'm watching, then I'm sure no one else wants to watch it. So I always end up setting like these really impossible standards for what I do. I'm just like, oh, if this take isn't perfect, I can't publish this. I have to do like 90 different takes before I get it right. That's why I never ended up racing in anything. Any professional projects. I wanted to. Let's see. Yeah, the topic of that first video, I don't mind just spilling my soul here. It's not like a big spoiler, or oddly, it's not that surprising what I'm going to talk about, but my first video essay is actually going to be my theory-crafted best mecha game that can be made. That's what the first topic's going to be. Big shocker, I know, right? The robots talking about bigger robots, and how to make a game better. Perfect. I also need to figure out the rules for, like, using... I'm probably not going to even use that much video content in it, because I don't want someone to get upset. It's a creative endeavor. No art is ever finished. It's abandoned. Like, the thing that actually physically had to get me to start streaming in the first place was just telling myself that being a perfectionist isn't a good idea. And it took my friends and me and my shrink to be like, you need to just put the thing out there. Like, okay, fine. Alright, fine, I will. I'm also in the process of wordsmithing my first hip-hop song, so I'm at a spot where I like the lyrics, I just need to find a good sample for it. That, and I don't know anything close to what I'm doing when I'm using BandLab, so I'm just hoping that it comes out and it sounds kind of okay. I also figured that I'm just going to set smaller, more achievable goals with it, because if I start shooting to the moon, I'm going to end up hitting an asteroid. There is a great quote from Z. Frank on perfectionism. I must learn this quote. Would you share the quote with me, Mr. Kite? Mr. Kite, would you be so kind as to share the quote? Sorry, I had to be British about that for a second. But while I'm on the subject, I do practice rapping in my off stream. I practice rapping, and I use 3 songs that I use kind of as like a. Oh my god, I'm fumbling my own words now. There are 3 songs that I use as like a warm-up or like practice to get me into the habit of being more articulate with my words, while also being like a little bit more creative with how I flow. And One of those songs is Rap God, Eminem. Perfectionism may look good in his shiny shoes, but he's a little bit of an asshole and no one invites him to their pool parties. Oh, but if that ain't true, preach it, bro. I agree. I agree so much. And let me tell you, that perfectionism, I need to stop inviting him to the pool party of my creative process. But yeah, wordsmithing hip-hop music is really, really fun. And I don't know, it's sort of like writing really, really rhythmic slam poetry, I guess. I'd done it when I was in high school, and the only difference is that my flows back then were very much like a edgy, over-the-top thing. Do I read? Yes. Do I like to read? Yes. I haven't been able to do as much of it as I'd like to lately, but I do read, and I do like reading. I like reading pretty much anything and everything that I can think of. Yeah. I've always wanted to really get more, specifically, I will read anything. 4 of my favorite books, well, this is kind of a cheat because 2 of them are like full-on like, series of novels. But I really love The Lord of the Rings. I really love Wheel of Time, Dark Tower, but singularly, but I also like anything from Sir Terry Pratchett as well. I liked Harry Potter growing up too, but I don't think it stands nearly as much as, I don't think it stands nearly as much the test of time as Pratchett's works do. There's a great book on the creative process called The Courage to Create by William Mann. Okay, I'll look into that. I did read an entire book on creativity that that I still need to return to my friend, actually. But alright, The Courage to Create by Rollo May. I'm definitely saving that for later so I can read it. Thank you, dude. Alright, let's see. I had to pop my back. I don't know why my back required popping. But yeah. Before I went off on my little tangent there, talking about creativity is my jam. Heck yeah. But what I was gonna say before I went off on my tangent was that I used 3 different songs as like a vocal warm-up. And one of them is Rap God by Eminem. Another one is Truly Yours by Windmills. And if y'all have never heard Windmills, I highly recommend it because, oh good lord, Windmills are an amazing hip-hop. Windmills is an amazing hip-hop artist. So, give him a listen if you haven't already. I blame Name Bro for my obsession with him. And the last one that I try to use is 7 by... No, it's not 7. And it's not Jedi Mind Tricks either. It's Ego Death by Bus Driver. Imaginary Places and Ego Death are also like part of my warm-up as well. Both of them are really, really awesome. It's just that I change it up from time to time so that, I don't know, I get more like a broader practice whenever I'm getting ready to do anything. Yeah. I just played the worst game in my life. How are you doing? Okay, now I'm here. I'm doing great. I'm just, reiterating my announcements in like a shorter, less sappy kind of way, because I'm sure yesterday's VOD is gonna get smote by Mr. YouTube. But now I gotta know, what was the worst game you ever played? I need to hear this story. Also, what up, Holy Effa? How you doing, Bo? Game name is At Least. Throws you in without telling you any other basic inputs or telling you how the world works. Okay. I don't know how to look at quests, how to do quests, doesn't let me go through portals. Oh no. So it's a game that tells you nothing. Throws you into the game and you gotta find out yourself. I feel like that could be fun, but is the, I feel like that could be a fun thing, but like, is the gameplay itself actually fun, or is it just that the game doesn't tell you how to do anything? I wish I could play the worst game in my life, but my PC is broken. Ah, yeah, you were telling me about that the other day, dude. Couldn't even do the gameplay because it isn't telling me anything. Okay. Yeah, I feel like a game that doesn't really tell you how to do anything could be fun, but you at least have to explain to the player the basic controls and mechanics. Because I know that's how Demon Souls works. And I love Demon Souls. I should play Demon Souls. Ugh, no. Focus. Let's start making new promises. Alright, but At Least is what it's called. Alright, fair enough. That does sound very frustrating. Imagine if World of Warcraft didn't tell you anything. That's the game. WoW, but it's ass. Yeah, I could definitely see how that would be frustrating. That sounds terrible. I was so happy to make Klonoa in that game, but I couldn't even play. Also, it crashes a lot. No. No. Technical issues. You hate to see it. Wait, WoW was not bad? I had no fun in it. WoW, in my opinion, isn't a bad game. It's just, WoW with no explanation on how the mechanics work just sounds, WoW without explaining the mechanics just sounds awful. I used to play a lot of WoW back in the day. Wasted way too many years on it. I'm glad I do not play it anymore. Now that I think about it, I used to be addicted to a lot of MMOs when I was much younger. I know I played a lot of Final Fantasy XI too, along with WoW. Not an MMO, but I also played Gundam MMO 1. Man, if there was a Gundam MMO, my 9 to 5 would hate me. I would call out like every day just as an excuse to play it. They would never see me again. Alright, dude, wanna play Yu-Gi-Oh with me? Eventually, yeah. Right now, I'm more or less just... Okay, so... one of my obsessions nowadays has become like... Let's see, one of my obsessions lately has just been watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers to learn more about archetypes, how the state of the game is right now, and I've been just trying to research what kind of deck I want to make. And to be perfectly honest, Yu-Gi tubers are ass. Aw, don't say that. They're helping me out. Because I know literally nothing about the game. So they're at least helping me out. Anyway, I'm theory crafting a deck right now that I really want to make, but I'm doing all the research to make sure that I'm trying to do enough research to make sure that my deck doesn't completely suck. Because after all of the chats that have been happening on here and all of the videos, you can barely understand me. Okay, let me move my mic a bit closer. How about now? But what I was saying was, I'm doing enough research to make sure that what's going on is, oh, hang on, let me turn down the game audio real quick. Maybe that's it. Because it is a little on the loud side. Alright, a little lower. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Oh yeah, gotta do it this way. But anyway, what I was saying is that I'm doing enough. I'm trying to do a lot of research to make sure that the deck that I make eventually doesn't completely suck. And even though I'm like coming back to the game after not playing it since a long time ago, I've decided that Ursa Arctic really like captivated me with how freaking cool it looks. So I'm trying to theory craft an Ursa Arctic deck. You can help with Ursa Arctic? Neat. But yeah. So eventually when I do get around to playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! In the future, I will eventually know how to do it. Because I know that my deck building skills right now are probably bollocks. I'm not good at it at all anymore. I haven't played any TCG in a very long time. Although I did watch a Just Science video where they made a Magic the Gathering computer, like a computer in Magic, which I thought was really wild. I don't know. It's crazy to think about. It's like, okay, well, apparently all the card mechanics can now work together in order to make this one thing, which I think is pretty sick, actually. Also, FYI, Ursa Arctic needs a lot of thinking. Next to that, it somewhat sucks. As long as you're enjoying yourself, though. That's all I care about. At the end of the day, is that I'm not going to any tournaments. I'm not looking... Well, that's not true. I'm looking at the meta insofar as to make a playable deck. Because one thing you gotta know about me, too, is that I'm kind of a reformed munchkin. So... Current meta is, well, people play whatever they want. Okay, that's good. Then that aligns with what I want to do then. Because what I was going to say is that about me as a gamer is that I'm very much a reformed munchkin. Let's see. And I always try to min-max or break games. So... That's why I'm, like, researching Ursa Arctic, and I don't mind doing a lot of thinking in games. It's just that if I know I'm not performing to an acceptable degree, then I get a little bit frustrated. It's as bad as redstone programming in Minecraft. Some insane people created Minecraft in Minecraft. Oh, yeah. Ursa Arctic is a control deck. That's exactly why I'm drawn to it. Because back when I used to play a lot more TCGs, I was a control player. When I was doing Magic the Gathering, my preferred colors were red, no, well, blue, red, and black. One of my old tournament decks was literally just a way to fireball on turn 1 after doing a lot of mana ramp. You can do full water control, or if you want more consistency, then you use left and righty driver. Okay. Good to know. Let's see. But nothing against you, but I now have a reason to hate you. Why? Control gamer? Reformed munchkin? Control gamer. Yep. Trust me, all of my friends hated me too. As long as you aren't playing pure stun, that's gross. Nah. Like I said, I mostly want to do Ursa Arctic because of the aesthetics and because it's a control deck, which is more in my like comfort house. Like comfort wheelhouse. Pure stun means both players can't play the game. I know. Unless goes on until one deck's out. Oh, I know. I don't think I'd ever want to do that to someone. That just sounds boring. I would literally rather play any other deck than one that does that. But yeah, Holly up. Believe you me, my friends hated me too for being a control player. rather watch the English patient than play that. Fair enough. But yeah. Another one of my favorite decks back when I was doing Magic was a Simic Biolab deck. Blue-green, where all it was just tokens, 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 and more tokens. In Magic, I played a Goblin deck. There was a card everybody hated in my deck, the Blood Moon. Every non-standard land to a mountain. Gotcha. Let's see. And I guess in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh, I think the last deck I ever made, Mecha Phantom Beast is all tokens, but they have no synergy with each other. Oh no. I don't think I would want to play that. I just love the aesthetics of the Ursa Arctics, and I also just really like the idea behind a lot of the card effects. How you almost have to force synergy among them, I guess, is the best way I could describe it myself. I love the card name Scramble of MP. Gotcha. But yeah, I think in terms of the last Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I ever made, it was a Magician archetype deck. By that I mean it was like Dark Magician Girls, the like fruit-based Dark Magician Girls, I mean. And I tried to make it so that it was centered around cheating out Dark Magician of Black Chaos quicker. And I don't remember how good it was back then. I almost certainly do not know how good it is now. Because, I don't know. Something about the Dark Magicians and their aesthetics really drew me. Dude was at our locals and the first thing he brought with him was not safe for work damage. We never saw him again. Gotcha. Fair enough. Dark Magician Girl. Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that was the abbreviation for it. Thank you for the correction. Alright. Not safe for work, Dark Magician Girl. Gotcha. But yeah. I did nothing but Dark Magicians. Literally just porn as a card. Oh my god. Let's see. But yeah, when I get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm probably gonna do Ursa Arctic because I love the aesthetics of those cards. I've also been having to read up on how I may help, right? Yeah, I'll definitely send you a message or two, either sometime today or later, asking questions about Ursa Arctic, because I literally have no idea how there was a YouTube video called Cell vs. Yugi. Cell won a Yu-Gi-Oh duel by using tournament rules against Yugi. You can DM me through Discord if you want. Yeah, I'll probably give you my Discord link after this. Or tell you what Discord is. Or tell you what my Discord is. I can't talk anymore. Actually, I have seen that one. It's by Team 4-Star, right? Where Cell was just like, no, actually, that card has been banned for like 10 years. Okay, well, I'll play this card. No, you won't. That one, you can only have limited to one. Oh, that was a funny one. I love Team 4-Star. At least I think it was Team 4-Star. I don't remember. Speaking of which, I also really love Little Karibo. I wonder if he's ever going to finish his Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series. Because if he does, that would be fantastic. I want to see how he does the final duel between Yugi and Atem. Does the Pharaoh go willingly? Or is he just going to screw the rules and win? I have no idea. But I want to know. And that's a no that I want more than anything else. Just saying. Alright. And actually, I think it'd be cool to, I wonder if it'd be possible to actually make my old Dark Magician deck again. I'll think about it. It was an offspring of Team 4-Star. Basically, Team 4-Star challenged other creators to make a Cell versus matchup. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. Well, to also bring something up in my, something that I've been working on for the last couple of years is that me as a D&D nerd and also me as a Gundam nerd, I've been trying to make a universal century rule set for D&D. I know that sounds kind of jank, but I really want to play a Gundam campaign using a TTRPG rule set. Let's see. So it became a who can defeat Goku discussion meme. Gotcha. But yeah, I've been adapting 5th edition rules to do Gundam. I have a whole doc on it right now, and so far it's just a bunch of mobile suits and like my personal headcanon for how mobile suit advancement would work. But yeah, one day I would like to actually play it. Or play a not Mech Warrior. Well, that's not true. I'd do Mech Warrior too. Or I shouldn't even call it Mech Warrior because that's just the name of one game. But Battletech. Fun fact about Battletech, actually. Because now I'm going off on every tangent imaginable to the point where I don't know what I was talking about like 5 minutes ago. But I think it would be pretty sick. Oh no, the trivia that I was going to say, the trivia about Battletech, is that it used to be called Battle Droids before they got sued into oblivion for the name. This droid was used by Star Wars. And then it became Battletech. And Mech Warrior. I love tabletop trivia. Actually, playing Mech Warrior online on stream would be fun too. That one I will actually consider doing. Would take the Savage Worlds superpower rule. Superpowers are the Gundams if the players pilot them. Okay. Savage Worlds I've never actually looked into the rules for. Elaborate. Because I was either going to use... Okay, so when I was developing my, like, what is effectively my Gundam module, I was either going to use 5th edition or I was going to use the Fantasy Flight games as a basis. Like, the old 40k RPGs. Just because those actually have really good shooting rules in them that I could use. But I also considered GURPS, but I don't have any of my old GURPS books anymore. So I kind of threw that idea out the window. But yeah, elaborate on the Savage Worlds rules. I'd like to know. Never played Savage Worlds. I did mention once on stream that I would like to try playing Big Eyes Small Mouth, which is an anime-based RPG. Savage World is a utilitarian system. You could do everything with it, and it's much simpler than GURPS. Okay. Does it use... what dice system does it use? If you don't mind me asking. Because the only reason why I chose the ones that I did is because those are dice systems that I know how to run. And admittedly, the Fantasy Flight D100 stuff is a little on the complex side, but I feel like for a mech game, that's alright. I do know that there is actually a mech RPG out now. I just forgot what the name is. And I also more or less forgot, like, what the concept behind it is. Alright. We got the monolith down again. Blow it up. There we go. Oh, wait. The map's over. Quick, nuke it. Aw, I wasted my nuke. I'm dumb. No, I'm not dumb. I just wanted to make it fair. That's what most shonen protagonists use as an excuse when they mess up. And or misplay. Like, I was just making it fair. Yes, it's used D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12. Basically, how bigger your dice, the better you are at what you try. Okay. Alright, I can see how that would be. I can see how that'd be fun to do. Neat. Alright. So, like, if you have a D4 at something, that means you're kind of bad at it, I guess. And then if you, and then if you get like a D6 and upgrade it, that means you're more proficient and or better with it, right? If I'm understanding correctly. Magnum. Be Magnum, please. Let's see. Off the burning Gundam on the floor. Burning Gundam's not on the floor. He going no, he going no, going no. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's such a dumb song too. Of all the ones I could have picked, that one for my dumb joke. Alright, let's see. I don't think so. I think so. Alright, let's see. Ah. Get nuked. Hey now. Stop that. I see what you're trying to do with your big stompy. I just don't like it. Alright, here we go. D4 means you do it as a hobby. D6 is where it's taught. D8 are doctors. D10 are Olympic contenders. D12s are legends. After that comes the math part. Gotcha. Well, I like math, so do tell. Bring it on. Ah. That unicorn in the air, preventing me from hitting his buddy. Get knocked on the floor, son. Sit down. There we go. Oh, I forgot that this was a 2PG fight. Dang it. Ding! Ding! Alright, we're good. We're cruising now. Oh, but I didn't knock him over? Yeah. Okay, I did knock him over. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I need to stop turning into the tubers I said I'd never be. Like the overly loud one. The overly reactive one. Players have an extra D6, so-called bennies. Coins they use re-roll a dice roll. Okay. So bennies are good for a so bennies are basically like a inspiration point, where you can just re-roll something. Because that's cool, if that's the case. I like that mechanic. Or I like mechanics that let you have extra chances, I should say. Yes? Okay, good. I really do like mechanics that give you an extra shot at something, so that works for me. But anyway, yeah. I might look into Savage Worlds then. Oh my god. It's a big yawn. And more you really doesn't need to know as a player. So it's like a lot easier to pick up and play then. Because I know at least with 40k in most BattleTech systems, you need to have at least a, you need to know a lot of different stuff, I'll confess. Like, BattleTech is complicated. It's like, when you get into BattleTech, you have to know, you need to know, oh my god, okay, give a good example. You need to know how to torso twist in the games, which is, if you're going into the shooting phase of your turn, you can spend some of your movement to like rotate your mech so that damage hits a different part of the body. Just to make sure that like, you don't have ammo explosions and things like that. Or you could use case. And case prevents you from having an ammo explosion for one weapon. And you also need to have heat sinks, where it's a modifier on how much heat actions and damage generate. So take too much heat and your mech either shuts down or blows up. Or has a nuclear react, or like a nuclear boom. I like to invade to the other system because it's the best superpower system I played till today. Gotcha. Or not invade, but invite. Sorry. Alright, fair enough. Oh my god. I'm yawny today. Let's see. Oh, there is a dude in my room. What? I didn't even realize that that guy was in here. Dart. I might see if Mr. Dart wants to do some playing, but until then. Alright, yeah, I'll look into Savage Worlds. Thanks, Holy Eppa. Thank you for the recommendation. But, yeah. A Universal Century Gundam TTRPG sounds fun to me. Something set in the One-Year War era. Before all of the crazy, like, space superpower stuff started happening with new types. I'd rather not deal with space psychics. And actually, something that I should probably, or something that I want to share, actually, is that for the last 5 years, I've been trying to make my own tabletop system. So I can run a mech-based tabletop RPG. But I pivoted to Gundam because I am a capricious creature that cannot just want one thing. I need, like, all of it. Yeah. I do way too much homebrewing in my spare time. And it's actually just because I like considering, like, mechanical interactions with things as well. The moment the new types get their ass kicked by a so-called old type and nobody knows what that is. Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah. I do have my own setting written for my own tabletop my own mecha tabletop RPG, and there are no space psychics in it. I basically took everything that I ever liked in a mech game and smashed it into one tabletop game. Or one tabletop RPG. If I ever get the courage to discuss more about it, then I will. But it's my baby. I don't want to do too much with it right now. But, yeah, just imagine Shadowrun mixed with Armored Core, mixed with Iron-Blooded Orphans, and there you go. And Battletech. And line barrels. Alright, I'm gonna just stop while I'm ahead. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. One of my least favorite things... Actually, this is gonna be me going on a soapbox real quick. One of my least favorite things that Gundam does sometimes is the idea of, like, what a new type is. Or people who have, like, psychic abilities with their Gundams. Because to me, it just kind of cheapens whatever action is going on. And it makes things, like, really ripe for Mary Sue nonsense. Which I'm not a big fan of. Like how new types are a thing, or how in Seed you have coordinators. I just never liked that. I was just like, come on. I don't know, maybe it's just because I love myself some hard sci-fi. But the second that they're just like, ah, yes. Through the power of your spirit being in space, you have now unlocked psychic powers. It's like, come on. You couldn't have come up with anything more creative than that. It's gravity that prevents human beings from being psychic. And also, how do you even know that person could be BSing you? Now, that being said, I'm not against, like, Marple Mechas. The Canadian Believer civilization is under the constant threat of the United Iron Heats. They are the greatest energy source known to be Hood Marvel Syrup. Defend Canadian freedom now. Fair enough. But yeah, I've never been a fan of like space psychics. Unless it's Star Wars. Or some like space fantasy. When I'm looking at mechs though, I'm more interested in like hard sci-fi. And I think the only... Well, no, that doesn't even count. Because what I was going to say is that the only time I've seen someone do something like that in a compelling way was Iron-Blooded Orphans, but even then, that's not space psychic. That's like, we're going to hook someone's brain stem to a mobile suit. It's more like the Imperial Night Houses from 40k, if anything. Where they have, like, grotesque augmentation surgery just to be able to pilot their mechs. Sorry, that was just random bullshit that needed to be out of my head. I get it. I have moments where the intrusive thoughts win, too. But yeah. I much prefer stuff like that, where it's, like, hard sci-fi. We had to do, like, crazy augmentation surgery just so that you can pilot your machines better, and it might kill you. Which is why I guess I really like Armored Core, because they have the Human Plus thing, but Human Plus is optional, well, big air quotes optional, assuming you don't go broke in most of the games, or aren't playing Armored Core 6 where you just start augmented. But I like the idea that a pilot can just be good without the augments, but if you get them, it's just a plus. And I know that, like, in older Armored Core games, they manifested that by it being, like... Okay, so the way that it used to work in Armored Core, just to go off on another tangent, sorry, is that if you were a Human Plus, you could... Okay, so if you weren't a Human Plus, you couldn't actually use certain back-mounted weapons without needing to kneel first. So your Armored Core would have to kneel down in order to use the weapon on your back. But if you were Human Plus, you could move and use your back-mounted weapons, because I guess your augments made you able to withstand the sheer load of moving and shooting at the same time. Oh, that was an epic screenshot. There's one option, many forget. If there was an augmented being, why are there not weapons that are attacking that connection? Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you'd think that they would have, like, some electronic warfare suite or some kind of, like, hacking device that makes augmentics like that less good. That's a good point. I mean, if I was in such a sci-fi universe, I'd definitely develop a tech like that. Where it's like, cool, you are technically better than me because you're augmented. Let's even the playing field and sever that connection. Because I think that would be interesting. Like, if in Iron-Blooded Orphans they had something that disrupted the Alaya Vinyana system, that would be cool. Happy New Year, Yami. What's up, dude? Happy New Year to you too, sir. I'm just on a soapbox while I play Gundam Breaker. Sleepy. I feel that. Bro, Konami should give Karakuri some support. Explain. Let's see. But yeah. And actually, for the, they're all ass, no gas. I still have 4 hours till New Year. Well, where I'm at, I have another 12. Unfortunately, I still have to wait before I get to freak out. So you're in the future, my friend. 3 hours until the heat death of the universe. Yeah, probably. It's all good, though. As a robot myself, it just means I'll be floating around bored. I'll be like one of the astronauts in The Sound. No, you will melt. Maybe. I'm just an optimist at heart. Let's see. To go back on my soapbox, yes. Space psychics, unless it's Star Wars or some other, like, supported, like, space fantasy. I don't really jive with, space psychics. Or if it's something okay. The other exception is if it's something really, really over the top and stupid and absurd. Like how in 40K they have psychers to explain their space magic. In that case, I'm just like, okay, I get it. And it's also implemented in a way that's interesting. Instead of it just being BS powers. Let's see. We got the Unleashed Gundam. I don't think so, son. Get nuked. Alright. Beat him up. Get him. Get him. He knocked my head off, that's why. I was wondering why I couldn't target him. I was like, what is happening right now? Nuke. And nuke. And melee. Fantastic combo. He's almost in final shooting, but I think I got the wrong arm. If I remember that scene correctly. Actually, I need to rewatch Gundam Thunderbolt. That was such a cool series. I also didn't watch Bandit Flower, which I should have. I don't think so. Get out of here with that. I don't care for your sword combo, my guy. Get knocked down. But don't get up again. I'm gonna take you down. There's another music reference for the day, I suppose. Good lord. I'm full of music references today. Why is that? He's gonna jump. I don't care. I just don't want to get hit by that. There we go. There we go. I wonder if it's possible. I was gonna say, I wonder if it's possible to make steel haze on here, because I think that would be cool. But I don't think it's possible. I'm still coping over the fact that I can't get armored core kits where I live. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Anyway. Moving swiftly on. Ooh, I think one of my housemates is here. Wasn't expecting him to come home so quick. That means I'm gonna have to end a little early today. That sucks. Oh well. I only say that because he has a tendency to be really noisy and a little bit inconsiderate when it comes to when I stream, so yeah, I'm gonna have to end it early because man's is a bit too noisy, so we're gonna have to end it here. I will see you guys on the other side of 2025. Let's see. All right. Well, see you in 2025, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Gonna have an interesting new year. And yeah. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Catch you in 2025.